Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me this evening is my fellow man, my fellow co-host, my partner in crime, the man that nearly got me to jail at the weekend. Nice wee trip to Sheffield for us. Nearly wasn't he, right enough, but that's another story. The master of the half-past 10 show, it's our very own Mr. Sean, a.k.a. Ryan Clifford. How are you, mate?
Recovered. I'm recovered. I wasn't in good spirits on Saturday morning after that session on Friday, but
I was in good spirits. Jack Daniels, vodka, brandy, that was tremendous.
The less I talk about the vodka, the better. But no, I'm all good, mate. Good weekend with yourself and Baz again. Big thanks to Baz for the treatment we got the weekend. Fantastic.
Yes.
Good to see him live in the flesh on Wednesday. Again, like I say, I'm not going to suck him up his arse, but it was, like I mean, you spoke, he was the best one in the park. He was fantastic. Some of the stuff.
Anyway, wee man, he's really good, isn't he? He's still at a really good level.
He's actually not bad for a player at that level. He's not right.
I know. But it was one of them ones. We walked into the stadium on Friday night. It was like, oh, catch. That's actually quite good. That
must admit as well, it was a good standard of football, and two teams try to win the game, mate. So on that part, it was a very good evening, mate. For obviously the replay will take care of itself. So again, that's a good game to go and watch, mate. So thanks to Baz for that, and they obviously gave us one of his tops as well, which will get framed for the podcast, and that's the podcast. So thanks a lot, Baz, for that, mate.
Baz, I thank you very much.
In terms of Celtic, mate, like I say, I can't sit here and say I watched the full game because I was a bit rough. So we did watch most of it on our phones.
I probably did see a bit more than you did, to be honest with you.
Obviously, to the Sheffielders,
I couldn't hear it for you snowing.
Which we don't deal with is dodgy sticks. There was no dodgy sticks in Sheffield.
We don't have any dodgy ones.
We had to stick on our phones, but for what I've seen in the highlights, mate, we'll obviously chat about during the pod, mate. A lot of, obviously, the boos were at half, we're at half ringing out at full time. Again, there's people have their opinions on, is it justified, is it not? Me and you will go into our opinions on the pod during the next hour. Again, any fans who are tuning in, thanks for tuning in. Any topics you want to discuss, anything you feel, put in the comments, we'll try and delve what we can. But overall, JP, good weekend. Celtic win. We had a good weekend ourselves, mate. So I'm feeling good, mate, feeling refreshed and ready to get the boxing gloves out for the night.
A bottle of bleach you're making me, man. You need that cleaned up, by the way.
By the way, that's what I felt that Saturday morning, I'll tell you
that. No, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you again to Mr. Barron. The treatment that we received on Friday was nothing short of spectacular. It was really nice. It was also really nice meeting other people as well, and in terms of some of the players and the wives, and it was a right good chat as well with a certain Mr. Josh Windass as well. Just a brilliant and a really, really nice guy, a really down-to-earth guy. I couldn't believe it. I mean, for the biggest part of the conversation we had with Josh, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, my God, I wonder if I'm like that, because I couldn't get a word in. So I thought, on, here we go. Couldn't get a word in edgeways. I was like, what is going on?
That's what football does to you, mate.
But that's it, mate. That's it. But again, mate, another boy who you can just tell just in a 5-minute chat with him, mate. And we had the full 90. He was sitting with him and his wife, and he was just chatting about his, and you could tell after 5 minutes, Ryan, that he knows a lot about football, mate. He knows the game inside out, and he was telling us some things about, Dedrick Boyata and, Scott Brown and Scott Sinclair, Moussa Dembele, guys he's played against, and obviously how frightening they were to come up against, etc. So it's good to know that us on here talking about these guys, mate, and what we saw isn't actually farcical.
Mm-hmm.
So it is real. We're not just making that up when we do talk about these guys and we say these things. That is real. So it was good to hear that as well. But the overall treatment that we received on Friday, the fact that people knew our names, they knew who we were walking into Hillsborough, we're not even for the city. You know, people knew us. Lindsay, the concierge at the main reception. Eventually, we got in the door. We get sent to about 3 doors, and it was good having to deal with Jack and Victor running to players' entrance as well. They were really helpful. Man didn't know the time, the other man didn't know what day of the week it was, so we were up for that. But we got there in the end, mate. And again, mate, thank you very much to Bazza for giving us his FA Cup jersey as well. I thought that was a really, really tremendous gesture for the wee man. And what a night we had after a game or not. It was a right good laugh. I've probably not laughed like that for a long, long time, to be honest. Abby as well.
Brilliant guy.
Great guy. Superb. A lot of knowledge about football as well. Right good chat. Yeah, no, it was just a great weekend. It was good to be away, mate. It was good to cut a days away from home and I had to sort of put my nurse's outfit on Saturday, make sure you were all right, didn't I? But you're talking about dodgy sticks. It was funny when you mentioned that in the shopping mall. We were on the wee guy in the bench thought you were going to nick his walking stick. And you're like, "Hey, that dodgy stick here."
Where's my stick? I didn't buy. Oh yes, I did.
Where's my stick? Aye, you didn't bring a stick in here. What you talking about? Your name's Stuart, no Davy. What you telling me, boys? Your name's Davy for going this way. Hold on, he's not any meds, boys. Sorry.
Aye.
Brilliant, man. But no, you obviously flaked. I think you must have flaked out for a wee bit of the game as well. But I managed to see bits, a right good bit of, well, at least the first half anyway. And then obviously the bits and bobs of the second half because of the signal, it was drifting in and out and stuff for me. So, it wasn't tremendous. It wasn't great on the eye. However, it's a win. But we're here obviously to discuss the fans booing. For me personally, it's nothing short of embarrassing. That is just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I think several folk need to give their head a severe wobble. Because in my opinion, mate, a reaction like that is severely bloated. And it's not logical at all to do that. I mean, who in their right mind goes to that? Now, we've seen it plenty of times at the other side of the city, right? Who in their right mind goes to a football match? It's just decides, you know what? I've got to stand up here and this might sound good and it might catch on and other people might say it with me and go, boo! Like, what are you doing? But imagine being with that individual that actually stood up and done that. You'd be like, mate, get your phone in now. How about for? I'll phone your GP, mate, to see if you're alright. Like, what's the matter with you? What are you doing? You're making a funny noise. What are you sounding like a cow for? No, I'm not. That's not what I said. As you said, moo. No, I said boo. Hey, you've said that again. So it's one of them ones. It's for me, mate, it's just Looney Tunes, man. I mean, I'm all for it. Everybody's got an opinion and that's fine. But see, when it's as wild as, that and it's that bloated, mate, there's an easy remedy. There's an easy remedy to it. If you're under that much, in that mindset of that you're not happy with things, then fine. Vent your frustration, vent whatever it is that's bothering you. But take a step back and do it logically. Think about things first before you just stand up and go, boo. Because boo isn't going to help you, and it's not going to help anybody at all moving forward. But obviously, Ryan, as we go, mate, we'll talk about the ins and outs so far in the season, what we're doing, this, that, and the next thing. I don't want to leave it any later to bring people's comments in. We have got people obviously saying good evening to us. And Jens, evening, JP and Ryan. Hope you had a great weekend. Celtic do need players, but sad to say, I doubt Brendan or fans will see anything happening now before the window closes. We'll come to that, Ange, don't worry. Scott Melville said, good evening, lads. Francis Lester, evening, boys. Hope you're well. The Boo Boys are out of order, in my opinion. We won. This is the thing I know, right? So just say Francis just said that there now. We won, right? Did we? Because I need to go back my phone because the reaction tells me we didn't. Like, I get it wasn't vintage Celtic. It wasn't sexy football. It wasn't, but that's football, right? You and I probably know more than anybody in terms of that you're not going to win perfectly every week. The key factor is the word win. That's what counts, mate. That's the difference between winning trophies and Livingston. That's the difference. Do you know what I mean? That's the mindset shift, mate. It's the fact that sometimes you're just going to have to roll your sleeves up and get through this. Sometimes that is, that's the be all and end all, mate. Sometimes you just need to lift your sleeves up and go on it. Plunge joining us also. He said, "Evening, boys. Welcome back. Hail, hail. How was Sheffield?" I think we've explained it. I'm not going to get into that man again. Ryan will start getting emotional.
Flashback.
Hail, hail, guys. How was Sheffield? Everybody's asking how was Sheffield. Yeah, it was superb. John Mullaney, good evening, lads. And John's also asking us, when are you going to have a big beverage on the show? Oh, that could be very dangerous, John. Because bearing in mind, I know this guy and I know what he's like when he's had a beverage or two. And let's just say you need to start moving furniture and stuff and hiding it.
What's that man chewing the fat?
And then you hear that voice going, "How's that guy nae socks on anymore?" In fact, how's that guy got different pants on for he did have coming in here now? So there is, John, I think that kind of topic, mate, you definitely need to be careful because, you can start to really crossing dangerous territory. Who's the snitch? Says, "Hail, hail, gentlemen." Ross William says, "Hail, hail, boys. Important 3 points at the weekend, no matter how bad we played. Sometimes you need to win ugly." Absolutely, Ross. I've just said that. That's the mark of champions. We aren't going to play perfect every week. Ryan, spot on. Well, no, that's the nature of that, mate. We ain't going to be playing well. Joseph Agnew, hail, hail. Well done to both of you. Back safe. Good to see how the other half live. Yes, we got back safe in the end. There was a slight scare when Ryan says to me, "I need to go to the toilet, big man," and he disappeared for half a weekend. But we got it in the end. But aye, definitely. It's mental, Ryan, how fans go to football and just boo. But again, mate, you've now labelled yourselves. You're no different now from the mob across the water. I mean, there was actually songs made up with him, wasn't there? And it wasn't the Venga Boys. It was boo, 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 boo. I'm gonna boo the team. Honestly, that's like, I knew we were in that same predicament. Obviously, there's more things we're going to talk about, Ryan. But the first thing I want to address is booing, mate. I mean, that's embarrassing.
Like I say, we've all got opinions, mate. We've all got ways of venting our frustrations. If people think the way to vent their frustrations, boo, then listen, if you want to boo the team, it's up to you. I don't agree with it. I have maybe gave players maybe abuse or maybe swore at them saying these are effing no good enough. That's terrible passing. That's terrible crossing. You're not good enough. I don't want to see you playing again. Right? I've maybe said that in the moment, but I've never ever booed a team. I've never done it. I never will. I just think it's just vent the frustrations with maybe saying that was effing. I'll just say effing shit. It was shit. No good enough. It's going to be better. We need to get guys in the door. We need to do this. We need to do that. don't boo, because the players on the park are going to be like that.
Football monitoring board's telling me, Ryan, we've got enough in the swear jar now. We'll book our next trip tomorrow.
Right, but perfect. The players must be like that, right? What are they doing here? We've just won the game. Aye, it's no great. But the players are going to go, what are they doing? Are they booing the performance? Are they booing the board? Are they booing the manager? Are they booing people personally? This is you've got to take into consideration as well, right? I get.
I had to do a double take there with that comment, Ryan. That looked like Graham Souness here, didn't
it? We need something. Aye, in terms of, for me, I just don't think booing should be part of the game. You make your frustrations known, but it's just my opinion. I won't boo. If fans want to boo, listen, it's their opinion. They pay their money. It's up to them. I just won't do it. And I would have liked something next to me to boo the team. Maybe say it was effing no good enough, etc., etc. I get the frustration, JP, because at Celtic, we all expect certain standards and we expect to be the best of the best. We expect to sign the best of the best. We expect everything to be top-notch because we are a top-notch club in terms of financial in the moment in Scotland, with the manager, with certain players, the infrastructure, the history, everything at Celtic standards should be derived to be the best. And I think that's the reason, because performances haven't been stellar. Celtic, yes, we've won certain games comfortably, but before we won 5 games in a row there was a few games where we weren't up to standard, and then people are thinking, right, if this keeps up, we're going to drop points. We did drop points, and I think fans are just know what that happened again. They're maybe looking at it and saying, right, okay, are we going to play this during the week? Are we going to play this on Saturday? And they're not wanting to drop points. I think that's the consensus, and the fact that we've not got anybody in the door yet apart from Nicholas Kuhn.
Nobody's mentioning that, Ryan. Nobody is mentioning that.
Who was £3 million? So they're back to the manager, right? People talk about the board, right? They say they're not back to the manager. Brendan Rodgers got £20 million to spend by in the summer. The recruitment staff, they spent nearly, I think it was 4.2 or 3.5 million, nearly 10 million, bracket range, 8 to 10 million pound, and 2 centre backs. So he was backed on two guys.
Yeah.
We were trying it for 2 centre backs. We got them in. And it turns out now that Lagerbielke, who I didn't think people will get opinions on certain players, I thought he was okay. Maybe not showed enough just yet to be what you would call a marquee signing, but I didn't think he was ridiculous. I've seen a lot worse at Celtic Park. He's a young guy. He's been capped for Sweden. Decent pedigree. Me personally, I'd like to see him get more time, but obviously the manager thinks not good enough. I've seen him enough now. Don't want him out the door. That's not on the board. That's on the recruitment team and the manager at the time.
Yeah.
He thought it was good enough. And it's no worked out. He's went, right, he's not good enough. Get him out the door now so I can maybe get somebody else in or free wages up, right? You can blame the board for maybe things like McGinn, or you can blame the board on certain aspects for maybe no backing team enough during the 10, or no doing this during the 10, no sitting the manager during the 10, etc., etc., right? But the board are the guys on the park not performing. That's not the board. That's the players. Peter Lawwell's not taking penalties. Peter Lawwell's not taking free kicks. Dermot Desmond's not taking shies. They're no... Michael Dixon's not doing the tactics. The guys on the park, it's up to them. No Peter Lawwell. No, you can blame the board, whatever, but performance on the park is that the recruitment guys not getting the right players in and players underperforming. It wasn't vintage Celtic. I get that. Totally get hammer the performance, hammer the criticism, but you've got to spin it as well. You have won the game, so you've got to take positives and the criticism as well. It wasn't great.
No, you wouldn't think that was the case either.
It wasn't great. I get maybe the tempo wasn't good. I get the creativity wasn't there. I get that, right? I get it, and maybe the warning signs might be in the future, and that's what fans are maybe concerned about. JP, I get the frustration. But what I just want to go is just me, the booing. No, I'm never there. It's no my way. A booing. I'd probably rather swear and say he's a ref and no good enough. I want to boo. Like I say, the people think it's wrong swearing at players, and I get that. Maybe should do it, but there's ways of venting frustration. There's abuse, but then there's towing the line. That's not good enough. That was a shocking pass, right? But when it gets personal, it's a wee bit right. Okay. So for me, I get the frustrations, JP. I get why the fans are maybe a wee bit uptight now because I think it's a collective, mate. I think it's not just on the fact about the performance at the weekend. It's the fact that the managers wanting certain players, the captains wanting quality. They've come out with their accounts saying there's all this money to spend, and if they win the league, you're doubling that, right? You've sold Jota, you've done this, right? So it's a full collective, and I think the fans are frustrated because we've not got the guys in yet, and it's nearly the end of the window, and it should be done at the start because I've had 6 months, right? I get all that, but I also, sometimes you need to remember, maybe, for me, so the recruitment team should be getting their jotters if we don't get quality players in and we don't get guys in to settle and etc., or guys who are good enough for the amount of money you're paying. The Lager Bielka decision, the recruitment team, Mark Lovell should be getting, I'm not saying he's jotters right away, but he should be getting a right, listen, you failed on that one massively. The next one you can't fail. Because we can't go and spend £3.5 million on a centre-back from to then no come in and play. Celtic just can't do it. We can't keep spending decent money on players and them to go away. So the board have gave Brendan Rodgers and the recruitment team about £8 million or so for 2 centre-backs. So they were backed on these centre-backs who were classed as kind of marquee money for Celtic. I know Julian was £7 million, but Celtic don't spend massive money. I know Vickers was good money as well, but Van Dijk was only £2 million. Look how he turned out. So it's not always about how much you spend, but they've got good money under Rodgers this summer. Maybe not the quality that he wanted. Me and you spoke about it, Aaron spoke about it, I think Bazzi said it as well. Tillio, in my opinion, Yang were already earmarked by the recruitment team and Ange, and Rodgers obviously fought in blind faith. Right, I think he's excellent, what I've seen he's doing and what I've come in to see here. Let's carry on and hope for that happens. And has he come in under false pretenses? Has he missold the dream? I don't know, but he's definitely not happy with his pressers. He does want the quality. He's made a wee dig, in my opinion, between the lines that the recruitment staff have been offered players, and I don't think they're good enough. So that's me you need to question the recruitment team, not the board. The board are not the guys.
Yeah.
Do you really think Peter Law? Listen, Peter Law was there maybe a lot of silly things with Celtic on the boardroom, and maybe in the past, and he's maybe selecting players to go to the manager. I don't know, right? I don't know the ins and outs. Nobody does, right? But do you really think Peter Lawwell, Dermot Desmond, Nicholson, Chris Mackay, etc., are sitting with a laptop going, oh, that guy does a good pass. Let's get him up.
Yeah,
Brendan,
I think that's...
Brendan, look at him. He can pass the ball 5 yards. No, the recruitment team deal with the football side. The board deal with the money side, the agents, etc., etc. It's totally different. So
yeah, I think that seems to be, Ryan, that there's a lot of crazy narratives getting spun, mate. And
the board have got the board there. Listen, I didn't get the frustration, right? But in terms of picking players, that's down to the recruitment staff. And I get the board have obviously employed them, so the board have got to take fat for that as well. And it is obviously Peter Lawwell's son, and people are always going to have their things about that. Yes, his success rate hasn't been great. Let's be honest, it's not been really great. There's been some signings that have no failed, but just on certain signings, mate, and certain aspects, I think it's just a collective, and I think just certain fans have had enough. I'm frustrated myself. I've said to you, I can see the spin on why people get really annoyed. Or, like I say, Francis, for what I've seen for the highlights and bits and bobs, I've spoke to a lot of people. They're all saying the same as you, mate, that it was no good enough. And I get that, right? I get that. If the performance continues to Saturday, then I'll go, right, here we go, right, we need to pick this up now. This can't happen again. You can't go for another one of these patches again. When you've got a few months left of the season, it can't happen. But on the flip side, some of these players have been here before, will not perform well. And I'm more than confident that we'll still go and win the league. I've said that, even if we don't get anybody else in, which we should. And I will admit, if we don't, I can see a lot of Celtic fans going tonto. And quite rightly so.
They're already doing that, Ryan. So I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever.
If we don't sign anybody at JP, I do believe that it's going to be really, really toxic. And I can kind of see why, because I cover Celtic. I know January can be hard. We all know that these things don't just happen, but the fact that I've had a good few months to get guys in and maybe it's not happened and the manager's not happy with the quality that he's getting, then you've got to question the recruitment team as well. But on the performance, that's not on the board. The performance is on the players not performing. Like I say, the manager's not taking free kicks, penalties, see if I was playing football and a guy in my dressing room done that penalty run up, he'd be, listen, I'm not going to lie, he'd be in the dressing room getting his neck on. He would. That's just what happened back then. But football's changed now. You can't say about anybody now, JP, because it's classed as bullying or it's health and safety or it's. But overall, mate, I want to build a team. People can vent their frustration. If that's the way they feel, then if that's what you want to do it. For me, I don't agree with it. I don't think it should be happening. I can see the frustration, but you've got to flip this round. We won the game. We'll still tap the league. We move on to the end of the window. Hopefully get guys in. I'll fully judge January and I'll fully judge basically when the window's done. And then I'll go for there. We'll say, right, okay, we'll criticise this, we'll praise this. He should have went, why is he staying? And that's just my opinion on it. I don't want to sit here lambasting for hours and hours and hours because we've got a lot to talk about that, but that's just my overall consensus. I can see the frustration, but just wait till the window's done and then shape it up, summarise it, and then go for there.
You don't want to talk for hours and hours, but you've took about 20 minutes up of this podcast for your last point.
I don't want to see what I'm saying here. I don't want to talk about it again. I just want to get it out. And that's fine. Because,
I get that. I understand
because
that.
I don't want to keep you back all over. My full consensus, mate, is I get the frustration. I get why people are peed off about the performance and bits of the board and bits of the recruitment.
I'm going to come in this question.
I'm going to go on that, John. But overall, JP, I'm going to wait till the end of the window. Then I'll fully summarise. I'll think about what I feel. And then, because we don't know, obviously we've heard these small bits, which we'll keep to ourselves. There's definitely movement. There's definitely talk. If people think that Celtic are just sitting, the board are just sitting there with a cup of tea, no looking at money side and the recruitment team only trying to get players in, then you're deluded. A club like Celtic, it might look like they're standing still, it might look like they're going stale, but if you really think that Mark Lawwell and Brendan Rodgers and Nicholson are sitting with a cup of tea going, this is great. Come on, man, geese peace.
Exactly. John's point there, do you think Rodgers was right to, criticise the fans? I don't think necessarily he's been criticising the fans, John. My take on that, it's just an observation, mate. I think he's just been observant to what he can actually see. And from his return to the club, mate, a lot of the fans, and a huge section of our fans have been right on top of him, as they have the board, as they have the Celtic made 10 signings in the summer. And I think that was an idea and a clear message to all, John, that, it's not just about signing players to appease the fans, mate. You need to sign the right quality, mate. You need to sign the right player that's going to come in and do the business. Now, it's taken a wee bit of time for Bernardo to settle and really show what he can do. It's took him to get regular game time to do that. It's took a wee while for Narotsky to get going. He got a really bad injury, put a big setback on him. And then we've heard that he had reoccurring injuries, small injuries to that. The same with Awata, who, by the way, I've got a feeling for some reason that Rodgers likes him, especially obviously his work rate and stuff and what he can bring to the team with that side. But again, he's had injury after injury, Ryan. Hatati's had 2 really big injuries this season. Came back for one and then had another one. Same with Cameron Carter-Vickers, right? So, yeah, John, my overall point is I do think he was right to make that observation. Yeah, because it's reality. That's what's happened. I mean, I could see the point if he was sitting there and he was totally fabricating a totally different narrative or a totally different story to what is actually happening. He wasn't. He was being observant to what is actually going on just now. So I do think he's entitled. So why should we, like, just if we're talking shit, maybe we're all against everything, right? So why should we sit and vent and shout at him, but he's not allowed to say it back just because he's a Celtic manager? Life doesn't work like that. That's not the way we go. And football doesn't work like that. And as Ryan says there as well, if anybody in our fan base thinks right now that Celtic are just sitting there laughing at all us Ganaffin, man, and going, let's state on him, like they think we're signing people, we're no. You're honestly, you're on the wrong type of meds and you're on the wrong formula for whatever it is you're drinking, because that's just not the case. That it's so far fetched from that. It's just not the case. My point, Ryan, and I'll try and summarise this to less than the 24 minutes that you had there doing your wee bit. I'll try and be a bit quicker. I do apologise for Ryan's conduct there. It'll not be happening again, that's for sure. We'll call it a wee quickie, right? Because we all like them, don't we, mate? We all like having them. Wee quickies. You know more than that. You know more about that than I do, right enough. But listen, folks, I think people, like what we're seeing with a lot of our fans now, Ryan, is people aren't looking at things objectively. They just aren't. Like I say, mate, a lot of people are speaking through sheer emotion, and there is no logic behind any of it at all. Some are just jumping on the gravy train because someone on Twitter said it and it sounded good. So we'll just go with that, and that's the narrative. So the blame person is Peter Lawwell, right? So he's the man that's to blame for all this. He's a guy that missed the 2 penalties at the weekend for Celtic. He's a guy that it wasn't Lewis Palmer. He was just dressed up as him. It was actually Peter Lawwell. I just forgot to tell everybody that until really now. It's his fault, so he's to blame for that. Peter Lawwell was to blame for Hearts beating us 2-0. So he pushed Joe Hart out the road away from Shanklin Cedar. He was at fault for he scored an OG against Kilmarnock. That wasn't Nat Phillips. So that was a hologram. That was actually Peter Lawwell. He done that as well. It is just Looney Tunes, man. Total Looney Tunes. The narratives that are being spun are, I mean, Steven Spielberg probably couldn't come up with a better storyline for some of them, mate. Honestly. I actually think, see the new, the Celtic fans are helping to write the new Back to the Future movie. They're giving them the storyline. Michael J. Fox and that are sitting up their hands together going like that, here we go. We don't even need to, they're actually saying now that they don't even need to go to 88. All they need to do is get to 67 and they're away. So it's just mental, man. It really is. And it's, like I says, Ryan, as when we started, it's bloated. There is no logic behind quite a lot of it. Celtic currently, and we're just about to hit February now, we're currently top of the league. If they win their game in hand, which probably people are going to say, aye, they probably will because they're at home. But listen, football's a funny old game. It doesn't always work like that. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. They know that more than anybody because they've ended up with egg in their face millions of times, right? Our fans now, Ryan, are looking at them and going, oh, here we go. Oh, no, we're not signing them. They're spending... I seen a comment on here. I don't know who it was actually from. It was a way back in the comments. They're spending the season ticket money for next season. What? To bring in loan deals? They've got more loan deals than the credit union. On it. What? They've got a payment plan when they bring a player in of we'll get them in now and we'll give you the money when we get my memory back. And it seems to be that that's where, people just fall for it, while the face painter's still waiting to be paid, while things are, other people are waiting to be paid, we're now seeing they've got this deal now with Kellogg's because they're serial losers.
Serial losers, mate.
They're serial losers, so they've cracked that one. Now they seriously are going to wake up with cornflakes dripping down their chin and their face full of milk. That's where it's going to happen now. Celtic are top of the league. Even if they win their game in hand, we're 2 points ahead of them. We've won the two derbies. We won. Now, I don't care what Rangers team you play against. We went to Ibrox and won. That's a hard thing to do on its own. We then backed that up by winning at Parkhead. And the next one, we stopped a really, really poor run in terms of winning in the Champions League. 10-year it's taken us to win a single game in that. And if you look back at the Champions League, Ryan, apart from the Atletico Madrid game away, performance levels were relatively decent. They were relatively decent. And some of the games were actually quite close. You know, you look at the Atletico game at home, that could have been a different outcome, mate, if, you know, the Palma goal stands. And in my opinion, it probably still should have. You know, then you look at Lazio, we're hit with a sucker punch. But we had chances in the game, mate, to win the game. Both games, the Atletico game at home and the Lazio game, we were leading. But a lot of the fans only think like that, right? No, the fans are just seeing, oh, we're not signing players. Rather than giving, what I've just said is, guys like Bernardo have taken almost nearly just about half the season to properly get going, you know. Bearing in mind as well, right, Ryan, a lot of your fans, whether they want to admit this or no, this was a massive transitional season for us in terms of a change of manager, changes in the backroom team as well. Harry Kewell's away. We've had 10 new players come in the summer. Jota moved on. Aaron Moy had to medically retire due to an injury. We've had all sorts of upset here and there and everywhere in the team, with this one getting injured, that one getting injured, continuity, in and out all the time. Bearing in mind, Ryan, we've been getting told off now from the Kilmarnock game, they beat us in the Cup, that Celtic are poor, right? So the Scottish media have spun that narrative from then, that Celtic are poor, right? Celtic, they're struggling. I've seen words, Ryan, over the last couple of days that there is a sense of panic at Celtic, and Celtic are starting to fold, tumble, crumble. Words like that are being used now. Another thing that the Celtic fans aren't looking at as well, when they are you know, having a go at the hierarchy and, you know, everything else that's going on and about. I've not seen one Celtic fan, and this is a God's gospel, right? I've not seen one Celtic fan say well done to any of the hierarchy at all for retaining all of our assets on new contracts with improved wages. Not seen one person say congratulations or well done to you guys. Because I'll tell you what, I turn 40 in a couple of days' time, right? And the whole time I've supported Celtic, I've never seen this. I've never seen Celtic sign up so many of their assets over one or two transfer windows. Usually, we normally sell them on. Like 5 years ago, mate, in the summer there, we'd have probably lost Carter Vickers, Kyogo, and Hatate. So, thank you, Martin. I'm not just a pretty face, not just a pretty face, mate. Probably some people will come back and say, no, even a pretty face, but that's all right. I'm big enough. I've told you before, I'm big enough and ugly enough to take that on. But yeah, there you go. There you go. So you've got Hatate, Maeda, O and Yang still to come back, who have played a part. Yes, I am, John. Yes, I am. Listen, who wouldn't he be, mate? He's an elite football manager. Who wouldn't he be? What I will say, right, here's something I'm going to put to you as fans, guys, use in the comments. See if Celtic were to go on now and win the league and win the Scottish Cup, right? What would you do, or how would any of you think personally, if Brendan Rodgers done a press conference maybe a day or two later after the Scottish Cup final, and then turn around and says, look, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give the fans what they want, and this has been an ongoing thing now for the season, and I'm just going to go. I'm going to move on. I'm going to go. How would people feel then? Because it's the old, be very, very, very careful what you wish for. Be very, very careful what you wish for. Because see around the corner, you don't know what's coming next. You don't know what's coming next. A lot of our fans are on the verge of, probably not on the verge, probably already doing so, coming across very, very spoiled and entitled with their behaviours of recent. You know, all the booing and everything, the kind of bloated reactions that you're seeing. Okay, we didn't win. Let's not get away from it. We didn't win at the weekend. And we never won playing good football, or, you know, but football doesn't work that way, folks. You're not going to play well every single week. You're not going to play sexy football all the time. Sometimes you've got to be dogged and roll your sleeves up and just get out of that line. Because again, that builds winning mentality throughout your squad. That builds team bonding. Believe it or not, it does. It builds because, see, when you need to go to war, Ryan, you know this as well, mate. You then know who's got your back and who's willing to come to war with you whenever you cross that white line, mate. But then you know also the guys who maybe aren't up to get into the trenches with you, and it's maybe no for them. And then the manager knows, because then he can move these guys on. I'm really happy, folks. Ryan mentioned the man's name earlier, Lagerbielke. I'm very happy that he's been moved on. For me, John, you asked me about Team Rodgers. That's what you call an elite manager, mate. That's what elite clubs do. Players that don't work out, they get moved on quite quickly. And that's what's happening. So that's what's supposed to happen. You know, at big clubs operate elitely, and that's what they do. That's how quickly and efficiently they get things done. But I will say, keep banging the drum about the manager, the board, the this, the that. Be very, very, very careful what you wish for, because what's around the corner could be a disaster awaiting and could set us back seasons. And what I will say to you, Ryan, is if Rodgers were to, and he's got every right to do so at the end of the season, should he deliver? Because I think a manager like Brendan Rodgers, as he's shown and displayed, he guarantees you success. What form of what that comes in will differ at times, Ryan, but he guarantees you to win. And when you win a treble, Ryan, it is very, very difficult to then go again and maintain that. There's always going to be that natural drop-off. And I'm afraid, folks, this season, we've seen a natural drop-off. And I'm comfortable with that because I know how football works. I have a good man there. Good evening, Mr. Bannon. How are you late? How are you late, son? 45 minutes in and you just comment. I hope you've got a note for your mammy, and I'll be speaking to you after this.
No, he's getting 40 quid from mummy daddy time.
Me, you gonna tin, son.
Oh man,
Mammy daddy time. John, sorry about him if you're watching.
Brilliant, man. Evening, Bazza. No, JP, listen, you can vent your frustrations at the board, mate, right? Brilliant. You can. But
by the way, that's no water. If you think that's water, isn't it? I've needed something stronger for the night.
In terms of guys signing they signed 10 players off for the summer, so obviously some of the players weren't the guys that Rodgers wanting. I think this guy's already earmarked, and he's thought, right, I like the infrastructure, I like what you've done here in the past. This is one reason why I've come back. I'll let you plod on and see how we go. And obviously now he's looked at. Hold
on a wee minute. There's nothing wrong with a Churchill dog. It's just a different breed of dog for maybe your favourite.
I can see a lot of frustration, JP, the board, and I understand some of it. I do. I totally.
Nick, my good man, well done. No, bleach. It's no bleach. No, I certainly don't need cleaned out like some.
I do understand the frustration, JP, because the managers here, he's elite manager. People can can say what they feel about him, but elite, it's up to them. It's their opinion. For me, I've said plenty of times, it's down to him now to then continue to prove that. Do I feel he's got enough quality in this squad to get his system or play the way he wants? I don't think so just yet. I still feel he needs to take maybe 2 or 3 guys that he needs. I think the biggest thing is, fair. I think the biggest thing for I've noticed, JP, I think it's in terms of the attacking side. We've got a lot less goals.
But Ryan, see, just as you're saying that, which I think is quite important, that's not to say that might not happen.
No, listen, I get that. I think because we've sold Jota, and you've got Palmer for £3 million, I think people are going like that as well. We've no replaced quality with quality as yet. And I think his numbers are decent, and I think that's why Palmer is probably going to keep playing, because his numbers are decent. But he's definitely no a Jota. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near Jota level, so I can see that type of aspect for the fans. It is a bit of a downgrade, right? I get that, right? But I think it's the attacking side. We've not been as creative, and we've not been vintage Celtic, and the Kyogo's kind of, I think he gets 16 or 15 touches in the game at the weekend. For me, for a Celtic striker, not really good enough. There's been certain games where he's had maybe 5 or 6 touches in a game, but that's down to the wingers to get, like I've said to you, JP, when you're top or younger as a winger, get to the byline. There's certain areas where you're told where to hit the box, either in between the goalkeeper and the penalty spot, or in that area there as well. There's certain parts where you hit the ball. Get to the byline, get the ball in the box. As a winger, you've done your job. You've done your job as a winger. If you get that ball in the box in the area where you're told to do, well, that's where the striker's meant to be. If the striker's not there, then it's down to him, right? But the way it's kind of been, the wee man's been there, and the wingers only getting to the byline, and the other wingers only getting the balls in the box. You've seen it against Bucky Thistle. Abada, I know it's Bucky Thistle, so don't all jump at me, it's only Bucky Thistle. But you've seen the movement for Abada. He was getting the ball to Kyogo, and it looked like he missed him. At the weekend, it wasn't there as much with Abada, but it was definitely not there for Bernabei and Palmer. Bernabei's a drop half for Taylor. I might go with Taylor's biggest fan, but he's better than Bernabei. Let's be fair. I've made an arse on that one. I thought Bernabei was going to be the left back. Horn's up, £3.5 million wasted. I think maybe January, if you can get a left back and there's able to get him out the door next 2 days, I'd maybe go and do it, get him on loan, get him game time, because it's obvious right now he's dead raw.
I'll let you do the honours then. So tell me who we missed it and who we missed at the weekend.
Well, I obviously missed Taylor.
He said it, ladies and gentlemen. He has said it. Record it. Please screenshot it. Screen record it. Send it to your pals.
Greg Taylor out of Bernabei. He's JP. Let's be fair. He's better than Bernabei. There's no question on that. Palmer. I still believe Maeda will come in. If Palmer kind of plays the way he's playing now for that weekend anyway, I'd like to see Maeda come back in and play. I still feel Maeda's...
Thanks for the comment, Daniel.
Thanks, Daniel. I still feel Maeda's one of the first men on the team sheet. I still believe, for me, just in my opinion, Abada's your best winger at the club. As it stands, we don't know how good Nicholas Kuhn is yet, so I can't comment. Abada's direct. He is a bit raw still, but he takes guys on. He wants to get to the byline. He wants to take guys on. He's hit the back post last season. It was at the back post. My head was at the back post. We've not got that in the moment. So I think that's one reason why a winger we've got for Kuhn. Hopefully he's good. We're definitely the North striker. 100%. A left back. 100%. Goalkeeper. It can wait till the summer. We all know that I don't believe Taylor going forward is going to be a left back for European football, but he's okay for Scotland. He'll do you know.
He's certainly a lot better than Alessandro Bernabei, and I'm sorry, but he's well ahead of him.
We do need a better left back, and we do need a striker. See if we get a left back, a striker in JP, be that a Premier League loan, be that a loan for foreign, or a decent type of money signing, and they're good players, then listen, three decent players with a bit of money, I think that'll do you. But like
Ryan, that's the thing, mate. We are fans. I don't think it will. I think there'll be fault somewhere along the line.
I'm going to go back to what a comment you say is right. And I said to that guy on Twitter, and a few people did actually like the comment, right? Oh, they're signing players. The board are giving them money. They're earmarking players. Yes, fair dues. but they're signing a 20-year-old project who's played 4 games in the French League. See, if we done that, our fans would go, why are we signing a French project? Why are we signing a guy who's not kicked the ball all season? But yet when they do it, but they're signing players. Do you know what? Right, okay, and do you know what we're going to do? We'll go and pay £4 million for Shetland just to sign a goal scorer. Just to sign
I think
a player.
they're just trying to get more. I just think they're trying to get more on the Gordon Ramsay buffet menu.
But
I just think because...
But see all this as well, go and get Shetland. What's the fastest with Laurie Shetland? All the players in the world, you want to go sign a 28-year-old touch striker for a £3 or £4 million. For what? He's not going to play. He's going to be second choice to Kyogo, and he might come in when the wee man's maybe no fit or he's what did he take. Kyogo has got no reason not to play to the end of the season, as long as you've got somebody to back him up, just in case he maybe play the last half an hour or play to get injured. He's a main striker. He's going to play every week when they try to go and win a league title. But you need somebody who's better than O, because at the moment, Big O, no cutting the mustard just yet. No, maybe a able deputy as it stands. We need somebody to come in. Maybe somebody who's a target man. Maybe a different dimension that the manager wants to play. And maybe the wee man might go. Maybe the wee man might be on the bench for a certain game. Maybe Ibrox, he might want to play a target man. The Van Hooijdonk link, I can get it. He done very well in Holland. He can hold the ball up. He can score goals. Not really done well in Bologna. But listen, sometimes guys go places and no do well. He starts something great, so maybe a loan, the option to buy, if that was the case, that's beneficial. You get to loan him, you get to see how he is. If you don't rate him, send him back. So people moan about this loan to buy option, right? I know me and you spoke for it, JP. Celtic should not be loaning players, right? But say it's the Bernardo, the Jota, the Vickers scenario where it's a loan deal with the option to buy, with the option to no the obligation. You get first dibs. If you feel it's good enough, you go and get him. Then I'm happy with that. But just a loan deal, I'd rather have the option to buy just in case he is very, very good. But like I say, JP, I've got a lot of frustrations, more so to the recruitment team than I have the board. Yes, I get the fact the board have brought them in, and yes, it is Mark Lawwell. I get that. That's always going to be scrutinised. But the recruitment team have ironed out certain players. The managers thought, right, okay, I can trust this recruitment. I've said that yet. Bring him in. Nerofsky, for me, I've said for day one, I still feel Nerofsky's going to be taking your skills. I know Liam Scales is playing well, and it's going to be very hard for him to get the team. I get that. But Liam Scales is not the standard bearer for Celtic Football Club. And I'll stick by that. Celtic cannot just sit on Liam Scales and think that that's us going to centre-back and that's us good enough. Celtic should be, as a recruitment team, as an elite club, looking further on than Liam Scales. But as it stands, if he keeps playing well, he's not going to go out the team unless you go and buy better, which you can do. I've even said it about Kyogo, Abada. Listen, it's going to be very, very hard to find better than Carl McGregor. But you can always look, JP, to buy better. Every single football club, Baz will tell you, his team as well, they're always going to look to buy better. Doesn't matter if you're relegation, if you're winning trophies, if you're mid-table. Every transfer window, you need to buy better. You need to look to buy better. We don't know what's behind the scenes, JP. We don't know if there have been talks for a certain player and it's maybe fell through either due to wages or due to this or due to this. We don't know, right? I get the frustration with the fans, with the board and recruitment and maybe the players not performing, but you can't blame the board for that performance at the weekend or that performance at Hearts. But I don't know what you feel.
Some do want to try, though.
I don't know what you feel, JP, right? I'll let you back in on this, mate. The manager seems to have a swagger about him in the big games. I.e. the Rangers or the Aberdeen's away or the semi-finals or the European games, right? He always, his interviews, he's always, we'll show them. We'll do talk to Park McGregor. Listen, we know what we can do in the park, right? But sometimes the smaller games, we've seen it at Ross Counties, but maybe no the creative spark, right? Do you think it's because they know they can up it at the big games, and maybe when they go to these games, is it a mentality shift? Is it they know they can turn up and play football, they can maybe beat these teams at home, or when they go to the play at Ibrox, when they turned up, and by the way, Cam McGregor, again, best one in the park, but now all of a sudden, he's no good enough, or certain players aren't good enough because they put out a bad performance against Ross County. Listen, I get the frustrations, but like I says, I'm putting this out to the full fan base, not just my opinion, full fan base. Wait to the end of the window, see what we do. I know Ange says that we might will get signings in. I'll be honest with you, Ange, as much as I don't want anybody to vent frustration and lambast and abuse the board, abuse the manager, abuse the players, if we don't all get signings in, I can probably give or take that I'll probably let some fans be toxic, because it will be. Celtic Football Club should not just be signing one player in January when the manager's asking for quality. So then you need to go to the recruitment staff and say, by we've seen the summer, I think you need to go and we need to rebuild, because we all know, JP, what happens in the summer when you're in the league. You need to go and sign quality players to get in the Champions League to keep progressing. So, but do you think the manager knows that the players and him will turn up the big games, and the lesser games it's just about getting the victories? Or do you think it's just the fact that maybe we're going through a transitional period, we've no signed maybe quality enough players that fits our system, and we're just going through the emotions and we're just playing and we're getting the victories and it will turn, because we all thought it was going to turn. Right, okay, we're not playing well, we'll get January and we'll improve, and as it stands just yet, we've not come out stronger, but hopefully maybe we will, and I'm willing to wait to the end of the window, and then we'll come back on and Thursday, Friday, and we'll have a natter and we'll decide for ourselves what we think of it. But don't we feel on that, mate?
I feel like when you said that, I like Magnavate. Nattergy!
Nattergy!
The only thing I didn't have in my hand was a dart.
Oh, man.
Mum will turn the telly off, we'll have a wee natter. Aye. No. Listen, Ryan, again, that's another kind of small narrative, mate. I think people that think the players just turn up in the games that they want to turn up, and they set out to actually do that.
Sorry, JP.
Again.
And what's this emergency meeting? I've not seen anything. Me and JP have not seen nothing about an emergency meeting. If anybody can enlighten us on that, I've not seen anything. So I don't know. I don't know. I've not got a clue.
Unless they've got a video of us doing Sheffield for the weekend, I don't know, and that's how they're having an emergency meeting to talk about
if anybody can enlighten us on that, I've not been on my phone the last 2 years, and we've been on this and doing things, so I've not seen Twitter.
Guys, I've actually had a wee bit of a busy night, so it'd be interesting if anyone else could shed any light on that.
I've not heard any meeting.
Yeah, Baz, that's just more or less what I said earlier.
That's spot on, Baz,
in terms of that. It's so yeah, no, Baz is spot on there as well. Like I've said, mate, you can't play well every week. It just that doesn't happen. It just does not happen. So
I haven't heard anything about emergency meeting. So people are talking about emergency meeting. So is it a WhatsApp rumor, or is it on Twitter, or is it?
I don't know.
But like Baz said, he's spot on, JP. Like, see if you draw the game or you get beat, right? Go and, I'm not saying boo, don't boo, but maybe have your or that wasn't good enough, or this and that. But to boo your team winning that, listen, I get it.
No, listen, that's not what I was going on to. But that's not the point I was going on to say. I don't think the team set out deliberately, mate, to go and turn up differently this game than to that game, no. But on the flip side of that, Ryan, we're a big occasion team, mate. We turn up when it matters. Cream, I've said it a million times, mate. Cream always rises to the top, my man. And we are we are a team that's, that's got a will to win and a desire to win and a hunger to constantly keep winning, mate. And that's a big mental thing as well, Ryan. I mean, to have that year in and year out, and so, yeah. No, as I said, it's definitely, it's definitely, but to think that the team just turn up in that game and don't in that game, and I think sometimes, mate, it's an easy step off, in terms of the opposition and stuff like that. Maybe a lot of individuals in the team probably just step back a bit rather than, going fully fully hearted. And I know that probably shouldn't happen, but it's natural, mate. I mean, it's a big difference to playing Ross County to playing Atletico Madrid, mate. Right,
Well, we
so
spoke
it's a
to
massive difference, mate.
Big Kevin Walsh, and he said it himself. He says when we were
Yeah,
playing,
no.
he says after I think they drew or they get beat. Was it Ross County or somebody after the Barcelona game? They drew or they get beat. After that game, I'm sure he says, or they drank.
See the way everybody's talking. Celtic didn't win it the weekend. And
but see on your point there about Big Kevin Walsh, he does say that. He says, I know it shouldn't be. He says, but we beat Barcelona. I'm sure it was Ross County or something, JP. I can't remember. My memory's blank after the alcohol on Friday, but it might have been Ross County. I'm sure Kev says he drew, or they drew the week after. Fans were saying, but he's beat Barcelona. Yeah. But he says you don't understand the concentration and the mentality switch to go and play against the guys. He says, and then you're drap math again. He says it's no disrespect to Ross County. It's just a natural drap path going from that to that. And then you're, whoa, this is night and day. But he says so. Now, if that's coming from a professional elite athlete who's played the game, then who's to question him? He's played the game. So there's obviously
100%.
It's the same as you. Like, we spoke about it. We played teams in the Scottish Cup. You're in the Premier Division, and I can say that from my perspective. I played with Arsenal 20 mans. We were in the top division. We played Arsenal missed a penalty. We played in the third. We played a team who were ranked third or fourth. Aye.
How did you do that?
We played a third or fourth team in the third division in one of the cups. We get beat because you've been down to that level, and
it can happen, mate.
Maybe a lack of disrespect.
Look at Maidstone. Maidstone beat Ipswich.
There you go.
It can happen. Listen, it's football. It's a statement that's been made so many years ago. Football's a funny old game. And it just is. Listen, what we are seeing, I'll go back to it, mate. The Celtic fans are spoiled. They're spoiled because of the amount of success that we've had. And by the way, members of this Celtic board have been there to help deliver that success. So, I
know what you're saying, John, but we beat Ross County 1-0. We beat them. We got 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't.
I get what you're saying, John. It wasn't vintage, and we should be beating Ross County, but you've no divine right to beat any team.
No matter when in the game you score that goal, if you score 1-1 it doesn't matter if you're on 1-0 or 10-0, you get the same amount of points for it.
Right, Chippy, here's one for you, right? With Ange, I know people might say with Ange every game we were creative and we're creating chances, right? Last minute, Ross County, they're 4-0 winning. Did we boo? Did fans say, oh, we only beat Ross County 1-0 every home? No. United at home, powder puff, couldn't finish our dinner, 1-0 last minute. Were they booing the manager and the performance because we only won 1-0?
We beat them the United 1-0.
That's what I mean. It seems to be that.
By the way, we beat Ross County, like you say there. That's a great point, Ryan. We only beat Ross County 2-1 when we were up there, and Ralston get the winner that under Big Ange. Was MD booing? There was a pitch invasion.
I think it's a collective. Like I say to me, I think it's a collective. I think it's not just on that performance. It's a collective that the window's been poor so far. It's a collective that an AGM they're saying that they've collected bonuses, and the fans are saying, well, if you're getting bonuses when we're not buying players, I get all that, right? I think it's right. It's a collective, and it's just come to a boiling point where they're saying, right, the manager's wanting this, and we're wanting this. They're not playing well.
I can see the point in this reaction, mate. If we were sitting second or third in the league, mate.
No, I get that.
That it's mental, mate. It's mental, right? That's exact. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's mental. We're top of the league, mate. It is mental. We've won the 2 derbies of the season up for grabs so far, and we've done it, man. And they've not even laid a glove on us. And this is probably, and Celtic are, I'm hearing Celtic have been crap all year, and the Celtic's recruitment's not been good all year. But yet we're getting led to believe now all of a sudden, big Uncle Fester's all of a sudden the man that's turned their fortunes, and what is this guy, the Messiah? if I woke up in the midst of a time warp or something here, because that's what it feels like. Because people aren't watching the same as me.
See if we were to sign 3 guys with loan to buys, right? Our fans would go, why are we signing projects? Why are we not just buying players because we've got all this money? But yet, when they're doing that, but they're backing their team. They're trying to win the league title.
Hold on, right. Chill, Paul. We were away at the weekend, mate. So we won in Glasgow at the weekend. Myself and Ryan saw parts of the game, mate. We saw a good part of the game. But we won in Glasgow. We won at the game. We were in Sheffield. We were away watching Sheffield Wednesday take on Coventry on Friday night. So we had a great wee weekend, but it was good. Aye, but as I said, Ryan, I mean, for me, mate, this reaction, mate, is mental, mate. It's bloated, and it's bad. It's bad. This is probably the worst season, Ryan, I can remember for a long. Now, bearing in mind, mate, I watched Celtic nearly gone to the wall. And I remember how volatile.
Uncle Albert always feels joining the war.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But I remember Celtic. I remember Celtic were nearly no Celtic anymore. Mm-hmm. We were a ball hair away from no being Celtic anymore, mate. Mm-hmm. So people are saying this team are bad. I remember Ian Andrews. I remember Wayne Biggins. I remember Stevie Fulton. I remember Tony Cascarino. I remember these guys, mate. I remember watching these guys. My dad take me as a way to go and see these guys. So if you think these guys are bad now, that's where I'm coming up saying that fans are spoiled, Ryan. They're really spoiled, mate, with the success that we've had. Celtic fans don't want to deal with the down days, mate. They don't want to deal with. See, when you pray for rain, mate, you've got to deal with the mud too. And the Celtic fans don't want to deal with that, Ryan. That is it. They just want all the good and everything else. They don't want to deal with the down days, mate. They're not interested. And I'm sorry, folks, that's not how football works.
No, like I says, mate, you've got to take into consideration as well that people say a title race on. For me, they'll still have their blip. They'll still have it fully yet. Since he's come in, I've not had one yet. And listen, they will have one. Every team has a wee blip in a season. I know we done the Invincibles, but there was a few games we drew as well. Remember, we didn't win every single game. So I think the reason why fans, I think, are just, it's the standards. I think, and listen, standards at Celtic should be high, and I get this is why fans are frustrated. Perform something up to high standards, some of the signs on up to high standards. The manager might not be as maybe as bouncing as he was. Because again, all the fact that he says, I do get about the line about the fans, and it's either me or the board. And listen, I get why fans are pissed off at that. He did make a meal out of the fans. Again, it's all about opinions. Fans pay their money. It's up to you to vent the frustration. But he's allowed to say things back. It shouldn't be more than the fans. Granted, I think he was a wee bit wrong in that.
He wasn't, Brian. He wasn't. It's an observation.
No, it's an objection.
He was telling the guy asked him a question, and he said, "No, it's fine." He says, "I've had it for the start of the season. If it's not me, it's the board."
I think there's ways.
But see what Clyde Wan done, mate, and I thought they were really clever in what they done.
What's that?
They only shared a portion of that clip.
JP, that's what they all do. They're never going to show you bits to make out that somebody's saying something good, or they're always going to listen. The media, JP, you know yourself, and people who are listening, so know the media portrays Celtic as a bad guy all the time. It's always they're no signing, and they were close to this. It was now if something happens, if somebody gets to jail or somebody, it's always ex-Celtic player, but yet he's probably played for Brighton or Albion Rovers, or he's played. It's always about Celtic.
Oh, that's it.
It's always
Celtic. If it's coming up to a big game, mate, then I don't know. One of your players will be linked to a move somewhere.
It's always the same.
It's the same. It's the exact same.
Listen, my fault. I don't want to talk about everything because mate, there's loads we can talk about. But my full consensus is right. I get the frustration for fans. I get the frustrations. I get that we want to go spend money and we want to play better, and the manager's go to maybe get more out certain players. I get that right, but wait to the end of the window. See who we sign, see who goes. There's talk about Mikey Johnson going, Lagerbielke looks to be going, Rocco Vatas rejected a 4-year deal. Who do you think he is? Rejected a 4-year deal at Celtic. I think it's crazy. an 18-year-old gang, you've got a 4-year deal at Celtic and you're knocking it back. If it's the reason why there's no a pathway, then, right, say no and bolt up the road, go and move somewhere else where you feel you're maybe loved or you feel better. For me, the boy Vata, if he wants to go. Don't stay, because obviously if you don't want to stay here, then I don't want players at the club don't want to be here. So, but on the terms of that, Jack,
for Michael's question there, I'm not sure who Michael's referring to there.
Saying that the football was...
I don't know who he's referring to about that one there.
We're not saying the football was the garbage, Michael. I'm not saying that. We're not saying that. We're not saying it wasn't good enough, or there were fans are entitled to say the performance was poor. It was poor. It was garbage. It wasn't vintage Celtic. But to boo our victories about just for the outset, right? See, if you're looking for this down south and you're looking abroad, you're going to look at the headlines and go, why are they booing a 1-0 victory? Yes, the performance wasn't great. And listen, venting frustrations, Michael, I get the football was garbage. There's been a lot of games this year where the football's only vintage Celtic, but it's because we have been spoiled the last 2 years under Ange, where everything's been gung-ho and it's been attacking, and we've not had that this season a lot of times. So that's why fans are getting frustrated, because we've not had that. And some of the football has been garbage. JP, you said it. Some games have been, that was a hard watch today.
But Ryan, the thing is, because I can look at football objectively, mate, and look at it for the other side as well, that I'm all right with that, mate. That's what a lot of fans are struggling to deal with. They don't want to deal with the way that we don't play well. Fans can't understand that concept, mate. Fans are only used to seeing Celtic win. So see when Celtic don't win, or they drop points, or they don't play well, or they're not interested, Ryan. So they vent their frustrations by speaking through their emotions, rather than looking at it logically and thinking to an objective point of view and looking at it on a bigger scale. That should be all and end all, mate.
See the way I see it as, mate, right? You can't see when we beat St Mirren and we beat Rangers, fans are all singing Brendan Rodgers or certain players are back, McGregor's brilliant, right? And then you put in a bad performance against Ross County, and all of a sudden that's us back to, we're not good enough, we need to strengthen, we need to do this. You can't pick and choose when people decide to...
Exactly.
You can't pick and choose when you decide to slaughter the team or not good enough. It's just when you draw a game or you don't win, all of a sudden the manager's not good enough. All of a sudden the board are to blame. All of a sudden, see when we went through that wee blip, we were on here thinking, right, by the way, here, listen, I'm not going to sit and say here that I've praised the manager all season, because I've no. I did say that if we did not beat Rangers and we did end up going second, the manager's job was in danger. I said it.
Ryan, we've moved on. But the thing is, mate, I heard this. Was it December? If we don't win these 3 games, and we did that, now we're on to the next thing, and it's now if we don't do that, it's never going to stop.
I don't pick and choose when I believe in the manager and when I don't. I did say at the time, listen, if we don't win these games, he's going to shake your nail. And I'm still saying right now, if we don't win the league, he's off. Some of the board members are off.
No, chill. I don't think you've clearly not been watching Celtic all season, mate, because that just isn't true. Again, that's another narrative that's being spun now with your fans.
I can agree with you, Shell.
We've been poor all season, but we've remained top of the league. We won our 2 derbies. We've stopped the really, really bad run we've had in the Champions League for 10 years. We managed to beat Feyenoord. So we've progressed to the next round of the Scottish Cup, regardless of what the opposition was and who we played against. Really, I'm not really.
Again, Jack,
I really don't. To be fair with you, Ryan, when I see stuff like that, mate, I feel as if I've got to come back at that, mate, because I feel so strongly about it.
Before I get opinions, Jack, you all see football different, like we've said on here.
Clearly we do, mate. Clearly we do.
We welcome all opinions. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We'll debate what we think, and listen, it's all about opinions. I think that a lot of the season we've not been vintage Celtic, but that's because under Ange's football, we were spoiled as a Celtic fan base. We've never seen the football before, and we've went, wow, this is what we want at Celtic. This is Celtic oil at the back. Brendan's first season, Invincible season, it was quick, it was fast flowing. Wow, Sinclair, brilliant. But now we've not got that. It's all right. Now we're absolutely rotten. I get the fact that we've not been vintage Celtic all season. Shilpal, you're spot on certain games, we've not been good. But we're still winning games. We've lost 2 games, right? And we've drew, I think it's maybe 3, I think, or 4, I think, 3, I think we've drew. See a normal league season. See if you normally you need to lose 3 to 4 games. And if you lose any more than that, normally the league's just about gone. And an average season, you lose 3 to 4 games, average, right? Give or take. We've not done that in a long time. So when you start, now we're starting to do that, fans are going to, maybe they're panicking, maybe they're concerned because they see what could potentially happen.
That word again, panic, mate.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But see me as a Celtic fan right now, right? I am criticising the recruitment. I've said it. If they don't get players in, it's into the recruitment to get it right, and the manager to go, right, okay. The man's already made a dig he's already made a dig at the recruitment. Maybe people don't think, maybe they've not really noticed it. But he says I've been given players and I've said no to them. So that's telling me right now he's thinking the recruitment players, no yet. The board give you money. The board to you, right, Brendan? This is the board for the summer, this is the board for January, right? I'd like to think that Brendan thinks that maybe there's 1 or 2 wee players that he might think that he can maybe get a bit of money. He might go to the board and go, look, £1 million, can we get him? It could happen, right? That's when it's down to the manager to pick the quality players. As it stands, I don't feel he's got the quality players that he thinks he can go and get to buy all worth the money. And that's on the recruitment team. It's not on the board. It's on the recruitment team. What's that? I get, Michael, you're no, that's fine if you didn't boo me.
That's fine, you didn't boo, Michael.
I'm waiting on that.
You're referring to Partick Thistle in terms of as if that means something. Celtic didn't lose at the weekend, but yet the narrative that's been spun is it felt like a loss because of the way the fans are reacting to that.
I'm glad you didn't boo, Michael, because there's like fans and listen, we're all fans, we all go to games, we all pay our money, we all buy strips, we all buy season books, we all go away from home. You're totally entitled to put your opinion, be it if I think it's right, if Tripe think it's wrong, if guys in the chat think it's wrong, your family think it's wrong, you're more entitled to put your opinion across. You're a Celtic fan, whether you pay money or no, you're a football fan, you watch the games, your opinion, right? But it's just my collective as a Celtic fan, my opinion. I don't feel booing is the way to do it, but that's just my opinion. If you feel you want to boo, listen, boo, whoever it is. If you want to boo, listen, it's you, but that's your decision to boo. It's just my opinion is, I've said maybe stern words to players. You're effing not good enough. That was shocking. Get out. I don't want to see you again, this and that. But I've never booed, and I just don't feel it should be booing. I just feel we just stand by the club when it's gone bad, and we stand by when it's gone good. We keep picking our books. It's your frustration. If you don't want to go, listen, that's fine. Don't go. I'm the same. There's maybe some games where I felt that I didn't feel that we played well, but I've still went the next week, obviously due to work. I can't go every week.
Yeah.
I've always went. But listen, if you don't want to go, that's fine. Listen, that's fine. It's your opinion. But it's just my collective. I just don't feel booing is the way to do it. But listen, if people do think, JP, listen, that's your opinion. Yep. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But just me, I won't boo the team. I might give a wee swear word here and there, but I'm not going to boo. But I don't want to keep going about all this, mate. But my opinion is just wait to the end of the window, see how we are, and then we'll praise, then we'll criticise, then we'll shape it up, then we'll digest it, and we'll go for there. We've spoke about it plenty of times. We could talk here for another 4 or 5 hours. Everybody's got opinions, whether it's right or wrong. We've all got opinions. As it stands right now, we're 5 points clear. We're top of the league. Until the end of the window, then I'll go for it, mate.
El Papa, I don't think it's anywhere near smugness, mate. I really, really don't. I think it's just... It's definitely confidence, because I know personally, I've been involved in football, and I know, like I says, mate, I think it's because of the, I've had a lot of lessons in life, mate, that's taught me to look at things objectively and being able to take myself out of situations and look at it from like what would be an overhead point of view, right? I can look at the bigger picture on things. So when I'm saying things, mate, you're saying it, I'm coming across smugly. It's no, it's just, I can't be any more candid than what I'm being tonight, guys. I just can't. I can't be any more clearer. Because what you see is what you get with me, mate. Even if you meet me, I mean, Ryan will vouch for that himself. I'm like this in real person. I'm no scripted. I've not got a bit of paper I'm reading off here, mate. I've not got anything in front of me whatsoever. We do this off the cuff. So nobody tells us what to do. We've not got bits of paper in front of us. We don't have anything like that, mate. So in terms of being smug, that is definitely not what it is. What it is, it's just having confidence, mate, that I know I've watched Celtic long enough now that I know and I'm comfortable with, with what's going on. Like I says, mate, I don't get too carried away when we win. And it helps me not to get too disheartened when we don't win. That's my mantra, El Papa. What I'll say at the end of that kind of message you've said, you've kind of said about the board, that's it. The board are just the money men. I think Ryan explained it earlier. The board are the money men behind that. Underneath them is a recruitment team that work closely with Brendan. And obviously they go and they try and identify the players that Brendan is looking for in a specific position. Now, bearing in mind that they need to fit a certain category, they need to fit into a certain mould of player. How we doing, Corvo? It's good to see you, pal. But yeah, so, but I can look at things objectively, El Papa. Again, it's no smugness, mate. It's just being able to do it. That's what we're seeing just now in terms of the bloated reaction we're seeing from a section from the Celtic fans. And listen, that's totally fine. That's everybody else's own thing, If that's what they want to do, that's fine. But there is no other way. When I'm putting my point across, there is no other way I can explain that, El Papa, but to tell you what it is. You have to be able to look at things objectively, because if you can't, then you're always going to come unstuck. And that's it. And I'm fine when Celtic don't play well. I understand how football works. I understand how, I understand that you're not going to win every game by winning 6, 7, 8-0 all the time. It's just not possible. Your Matt O'Reilly's, your Callum McGregor's, your Alistair Johnson's, your Cameron Carter-Vickers, your Kyogo's, they're going to have down days. It's very difficult to bounce back from winning a treble to then back that up with just say another treble. We've won 5 trebles in 7 years, folks. So it's massive, This word panic that's all of a sudden appeared, and this is just my opinion. It's mental. It's Looney Tunes, absolute Looney Tunes. I seen a comment on here earlier, Ryan, and the person was saying that them across the water are, they're doing this, they're doing. I'm not even interested in what they're doing, man. I only watch them, Ryan, when I know we're going to be playing them. When I know we're going to play them. And then I'll go and I'll look. We had the luxury, obviously, because of being away. The game was on Sky, so we had the luxury of seeing their game at the weekend. I have seen nothing in their team that's changing my overall feeling, and that they're bang average.
See, a lot of people.
And I know.
Well, JP, I get the frustrations about the board in the certain parts, right? But the board weren't the board weren't getting jipped when we were getting Ange money, and Ange was here. They weren't getting the board got Ange, remember? So they're no more about that. Listen, I have said a lot of things about the board in the past, and I did say it in the summer window. It was terrible recruitment. I think that the consensus for me is, I think Cameron was just in the comments. I think it was Pepper Legman. I think Pepper Legman. The recruitment, I can agree with you. Some of the recruitment has been shambolic for the money we've spent.
Peg leg.
Aye, peg leg. I think you're spot on it. For me, the consensus, the recruitment for the last 18 months at least has not been great. It's not been great. Palmer and Alistair Johnson, Bernardo's starting to get there now, but as it stands at the moment, there's only 3 starters really, and it's Johnson, Palmer, and Bernardo. So out of the signings, yes, it's not been great. The strike rate has not been great. But listen, look, I've spoken enough on it. I could talk even more. Listen, one thing that I'll say about that on this podcast is, right, everybody's got an opinion. Me and JP are no experts. We're just guys that play football and guys that support Celtic and go to games. We've no divine right to say, but you're wrong or you're right. We'll debate and we'll fight. We agree with you. We're just fans, so we're not here to tell you which right and which wrong. We're just taking an opinion. We'll answer you as debate. We will debate these, just like you do in a pub. You're wrong, you're right. We should do this. Brilliant. We've all got different opinions. We're not all right, we're not all wrong, we're not all up and down. Mm-hmm. We'll all decide for ourselves what you feel. Listen, put in what you feel. If we don't agree, we'll say we don't agree. Listen, we're all Celtic fans. We've all millions of Celtic fans that will feel what we feel, or certain fans will all feel what other fans feel. My last bit is, JP, I get the frustration on the board for not spending money just yet. I get the frustration of Mark Lobby, his strike rate hasn't been great. Maybe if this one's not right in the summer, he could maybe get his jobs, who knows. But overall, I'm so confident in the club in terms of this season winning the league. I'm confident in the manager. I'm confident in the players. Get 2 or 3 guys that to help the team go forward to the summer, and we'll go for there. I'll speak more at the end of the window, mate, when everything's done, because it's just there's so much about Saturday, mate, that has been toxic. And I'll let you come back in the last one, mate. But for me, it's just wait to the end of the window, and then for me, we'll go for there.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I'm just going to answer Chilpal here. You say you don't watch them. How can you comment? Because when I do watch them, mate, they don't show me enough. So it's easy to comment. Just like you have got an opinion. I have as well. It's straightforward. Just as straightforward as that. So for anybody to vent anything on social media or anything at all, I can do it on here. Because I've got an opinion also. Whether you think it's right or not is entirely...
I watch them.
You're right. Listen, Chill, I'm not the only person that watches them with a similar opinion of mine, mate.
If I'm in a house with him around their own, I'll watch them. Listen, I'm see if there's football on, I'll watch it, right?
Bearing in mind, we have beaten them twice this season, comfortably.
Listen, we've all got opinion. In my opinion, they're not
we're by the way, we're supposed to be rotten.
We're not playing well now, granted, right? We're no, it's vintage Celtic. I'm not going to lie, I've watched a few times this season. They're not great. Like I've said, I've said that every single podcast, right? You can get Guardiola in that team. It's not going to change. They've got the same guys that have lost title after title, league after league cup. I already got to the final of the FA Cup. Brilliant. By the way, great. I've said it. Praise him in the Hull. People might not want to praise another team, but listen, getting to a final, fair play to them. Right, brilliant. I'd love to do that again, right? Fair play, but you lost a game. It's done, right? Tavernier, was he lost 22 games against Celtic? Hall of Famer, won 2-3 trophies. Barisic, like to sit down at Celtic Park. Lundstrom, just like to.
By the way, go back to Barisic. He's weak mentally.
Aye, well. These are the same guys that were beat constantly. The same guys that have lost titles, leagues, league cups.
This is the same team that we've beat twice this season.
Focus on what we do. This is just my opinion, right? I watch football and listen. Cantwell was meant to be the best finish of sliced bread. Now he's got 2 calf at half time. Now the own fans are saying not good enough. We could have told you at the start of the season he was a good player for Norwich, but he wasn't going to change the fortunes. Lundstrom, he's just listen. I'll give Lundstrom his due, right? He fights the middle of the park. He's got a bit of steel about him. We maybe need something. I'm not saying him. But we're a bit lightweight in that aspect. And JP, you spoke to us for years on here. We need a bit more steel in the middle of the park, right? Granted. But ability-wise, he's name on theirs. Not one Rangers player right now. The only guy that's in Celtic's team, in my opinion, right now, is probably goalkeeper Jack Butland. Probably, right? Jack Butland's a very good goalkeeper, and I'm willing to admit that. He's a very good goalkeeper. Didn't he think he would have been as good as he was after we're playing for nearly 2 years? But he's a good goalkeeper. We focus on our team. We've still got a lot of winning team here. We're top of the league. We've got a league manager. Focus on what we do. Why are you looking at the other side? Focus on what we do. This is my opinion. I'll look on what we do. And I'm not satisfied just yet with the window. Wasn't satisfied for the summer window either. Some it's starting to come now. But overall, JP, I'm just going to wait to the end of the window and we'll go for it and we'll wait after Aberdeen Saturday. We'll see how we go.
Yes.
See if we go beat Aberdeen 4-0 on Saturday. Well, there ain't booze anyway, I'll tell you that.
No, definitely no. Apart from the ones that me and you'll be getting through, bottles of Madre or cans of Stella or what. That were only booze. It's happening on Saturday, me man. But you're right, mate. And we have reached the end of tonight. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to send us all your lovely wee comments and your thoughts and your questions. And
It's great to
myself
talk,
and mine. It's great to talk. I'm surprised mine and your throat's still working after the weekend we've had, man. I'm telling you, now. Surprised we've still got a voice.
Right, can we take that out? Because I'm not saying. Take that out, by the way.
See, for them that know that thinks we're scripted.
People are going to think me and you were doing
That's
something in that hotel room, by the way.
There you go. That's a prime example of
and no, where's that, by the way? Where's that? Right, single beds were all right.
Single beds. But they weren't posted before MBS. They weren't posted together. There was a bit that the Premier League table was a wee bit of a gap there. So a bit like Sakala's teeth as well. There's a bit of a gap in that and all. And
right,
as I said, the boys that are bringing in, as I said, they're just trying to add to that buffet, mate. No matter they added this season, they've got salt and Shima chips now. They've got into the menu now as well.
Man!
A big bag of salt and Shima chips with blue cheese all over it.
Butland Buffalo wings and all added that.
Butland Buffalo wings, aye, I've added that one. And big soapy shooter veggies, man.
Big soapy shooter veggies, aye. Salt cherry soapy shooter veggies.
Aye. And TikTok Todd's mustard, man, that's definitely definitely in and all.
But we do appreciate all the comments, whether you agree with us or no. We
do.
Listen, it's a good chat and we've all got opinions. We're all right or wrong. It's good to debate, but I just want it, just for me, I just don't want guys booing. I just don't want it. It's just my opinion. No. But listen, I lost deserts and all. I missed that out and all.
Big deserts.
A Sunday roast, gammon lammers, that's still here, that's left.
Big gammon lammers. Chicken tikka sakala, that's off the menu now, that's away. That's gone. Sausage molds here away, I know, they've gone, I know.
£3 wheel deal, I know, that's away.
£3 wheel deal. Bills on wheels here away now as well, that's away now as well. Get the guy out of the Willstone singing, Michael, they've taken you away. Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's
good man, show.
Now we've got
or female by that chance.
Aye. Big silver wedding cake. Aye, definitely. That's a good one, by the way.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Aye, definitely. That's a good one.
My wife's munchie box, probably, John.
What's that?
John says about to tuck into his wife's munchie box.
I think she'll be too happy with that.
And did a salt and chilli Butland wings in that, John?
Aye, salt and Shima chips.
Good chat, man. Brilliant.
But it's been a great chat, mate. As I said, it's all about opinions at the end of the day, and that's what I love, mate. I love coming on here, and I love having a good chat about it, and I love hearing other people's views and stuff like that. But like I say, folks, there is a lot of...
That's fair, Papa.
Really.
We've all got opinions as well. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it a lot. And
yeah, we do.
We all don't agree on certain things, but it's good to chat, and we all love our club, as you say, mate.
See if we did agree. But what a boring world it would be.
Francis, I wish I was munching into something at 10:30, mate. That'd be ideal, by the way, I'll tell you, after we get that.
A bit of Dijon mustard.
Oh, Dijon mustard, I forgot about that one at all. Aye, Dijon mustard.
Did you pay that with euros or sterling?
Aye, sterling, aye. These Turkish to light young mas, I know, aye.
Wee turkeys, you man's delight, aye.
Wee turkeys.
Staying in his wee empty cottages in Tyna Hoolish.
Wee empty house and wee empty Tyna Hoolish house.
We had van and two lasses are about to get up in the boat. He'll be having time for his steak pie and potatoes for Donald.
I had put the boot down.
Aye. How'd you get to train this morning? I got picked up by Looney and a Morris Minor. Aye. You better move here. I think he's wanting by you.
Aye, that's a good one.
We're advanced delivery man. Aye. He's working with DHL.
He always delivers to the back post, aye.
He's only guy in their team that's praying they don't go to Strathclyde Park for their Christmas do, man, because you're not got on any of the rides. He's too wee.
Oh, brilliant.
He's in for a shocker when Lundstrom says he's booked Alton Towers for a stag do. He's like, I can't go. Sorry, boys. I'm not able to go.
I can't fit the Dodge.
I was Alton Towers in Advan. I was only able to go in the Swans.
I can only go and be category at M&D's.
By the way, the Swans are probably quicker than him.
He's just sitting there with candy floss while he trips on you go.
No, tell me. See, we turned up, man. You think somebody tired a midgegram for a wedding?
Right, next, on you go. No,
just
I'm waiting.
Just handcuff him to Big Lundstrom. Who hired the midgegram? No, he's a left back.
Cheers,
seriously.
Papa. Brilliant. All about opinions. Brilliant.
Yes, folks. What I will say to everybody that's joined us tonight, I hope you all had a really nice weekend.
No, Rossi, before out he's that wee.
Aye. I did need to use 2 belt straps for Jet 2 to tie him into the seat.
Oh, brilliant.
He goes for a haircut, he's still got to sit in a booster seat.
Right, wee man, take a wee seat. Did Daddy hold your hand?
Andy Halliday's got to take him for a haircut.
Aye.
Takes him into a pub, he's like, he's a pint of lager and a Pepsi for my boy.
Daddy, you want ice cream? No.
No. Last time I did, I ended up with brain freeze. I thought the team were good.
Oh, brilliant.
But before we go, as we always do, this podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB Entertainment stands for a Mr. Alec Bevery. It's a DJ and entertainment business, folks. The number on your screen is how you get in contact with Big Alec if you do want any entertainment for any functions or parties or anything you've got coming up. Hit Big Alec up on that number. If anybody can't see the number, it's 07845 746 092. That's 07845 746 092. That number is active on WhatsApp as well, so you can also send them a WhatsApp message should you desire his services. Big Alec is on Facebook and he is on Instagram as well with that page. So if anybody's looking for any parties you've got coming up, or work parties, or even family do's or anything like that, and you're looking for a bit of entertainment, give a big man a shout. You can also quote the podcast and you'll probably get yourself a wee discount flung in there as well. Who knows? You might even get wee Radvan in as your midgegram for the night or whatever. I don't know. Big Alec knows quite a few people. I'm sure he could make something like that happen. He's got a Tavernier says to him yesterday morning, he says, "What you want me, man?" He says, "Get us a wee drink of water." And he was offended when Tavernier came back with a short tumbler. But hey ho. And he says to Tavernier, "What's that?" He said, "Well, you did ask for a wee drink of water."
Have you got any Kit Kat to go with it?
The only guy I know goes to his work with a play piece still, and he's got a wee snack size bars in his bag. Brilliant, man.
We say the wee bag of money, was it ham and cheese, the wee money bags?
Wee dairy ones, To him, that's like a 3-course meal.
Oh,
Try to get through it. But
brilliant.
yes, I hope everybody has a very good week. I know this is Monday. A lot of people suffer from Monday blues and stuff like that. As you can see, we're in good spirits, myself and Ryan. But from myself and Ryan, take care, folks. Hail, hail, and we will see you again on
Hail,
Wednesday
hail.
evening, when we will be joined by our very special guest and long-awaited special guest by Michael Midge Gardine. He will be joining myself and Ryan on Wednesday night. So until then, folks, take care. See you later. Bye-bye.
Hail, hail. Well, all right, lads. Guten Tag.